All right, more everyone. Hello, welcome for more. More of what? This thing we do every Friday at unknown times and maybe not always Friday because that last one got uploaded Saturday morning because it took forever to render. So technically it was a Saturday, but it was early Saturday. So hey, either way. But today we got very special boy. Oh, everyone's big favorite spiky boy. We got Nergigante on the menu today. Nergigante, oh my god. What do we say about Nergigante other than just holy shit?
Bastard.
This bastard out the gate already. Um Nergigante, they definitely broke the mold when they made Nergigante. I will say that this has been one of the coolest monsters I've seen come out of Capcom in a long time through the generations. Not to say there wasn't a lot of them that were really cool in Gen 4, there were, but holy crap, what you get with Nergigante is just something entirely different.
An
This
elder that hunts elders.
exactly. This is the first other than seeing Rajang do his shtick with Kieran's, which I don't even know if that was shown until Iceborne. I know it might have been hinted at some point, but my thing is this is the first instance we've ever seen that elder dragons have predators, which is insane to think about. That these creatures who can cause cataclysmic events have a predator that could take them down. Now, I mean, obviously, you would think Fatalis does that kind of thing, but that's Fatalis. He's the world-ending creature. But to see something that's lower in the food chain than a Fatalis take down these creatures is actually terrifying to think about. And it's even scarier when he jumps you in the beginning of the game. So, Nergigante, it's kind of weird to call him. I think he's the flagship. I think he is. Because I know on the cover of the actual base game of World, it's Rathalos. But when you load the game up, a lot of the times you can see Anjanath on there. So it's one of those things where I think it counts because, and here's my reasoning. A lot of people might be like, "Oh, that's not a flagship because he's not on the cover." Fun fact: a few years, like last year, 2 years ago, PS5 had a re-release of Monster Hunter World. It was just base World, and you could get it for free if you already had it before. It was a download only thing, and it was only for a limited time. But the cover art for that specific download had Nergigante on it. So you can sit there and say he's not a flagship all you want. Technically, he still is. So Nergigante, his whole gimmick is the fact that he's supposed to be, or his job rather, is that he is your pseudo final boss. He's not the final boss of the story, but he is built up to be your final encounter. Until then, the game's like, hey, did you know that there's more? And they always do that shit, and it's always some colossal bullshit. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that my lamp died on me again. God dang it, this thing's so freaking buggy.
Yeah.
Um, but ooh, now it's dimmed. Why you dimmed? Oh no, must be
Nergigante
dead.
is like the yeah, just like Nara mentioned, Nergigante is like built up to be this like pseudo final boss until the game decides to reveal like, oh, what was this thing after this whole time? Because it's thrashing about the Elder's Recess. It's trying to get to something.
He's trying to bust through the crystals, trying to get deep down in them guts of the earth, trying to find the nitty gritty, if you will.
Hmm.
So,
Which is later to be revealed to be Xeno'jiiva.
yep. Which when we cover Xeno, we need to do it like I do it with Gravios and Basarios. We need to cover Xeno and Safi in the same video since they're the same creature,
Uh, yeah, that's true.
and that means we gotta fight them both. Oh, anyway. But yeah, I think Nurgle does his job very well because not only is he built up throughout the game with multiple encounters beforehand to kind of give you a little bit of a glimpse of what you're gonna face, you still don't get the full plate, you know. And when you get there, oh my god, I can't tell you how many times when I first played World, I had to redo and redo and redo that Nergigante fight because I was trying to learn that fucking moveset. And the just the dive bomb being a one shot 85% of the time is absolutely insane. But
It's a one shot for any high rank gear,
hmm unless
unless
you
it
can,
like
unless you can,
held out the ass.
yeah, like you fucking put that shit on and you dive and you pray that you dived in time. But I think he does his job very well myself. um, just given the fact that when you see Nergigante, it instills fear, but later once you've beaten him a few times and you see him, it instead instills a bit of respect because like a lot of the time I'll see a monster like when I first fought Bareth and Try, I was like, oh, well that thing looks scary. That's a big like dinosaur that's basically a bulldozer. And then after I beat Bareth like 85 times, I now go into a Bareth fight like, oh my god, I have to fight Bareth again, this stupid fucking bitch. But like with Nergigante, it's like, oh, I get to fight Nergigante again. Oh, baby, because Nergigante is a fun, interesting fight with his moveset. And it's like I said in the Bracky video, a lot of people will be like, oh my god, Nergigante is awful, it's trash, the fight was so stupid. It's because you've died so many times and haven't had a lot of W's on your belt. With Raging Bracky and Normal Bracky, it's the same thing. I will sit here and defend them to the day as long. I'll sit here and fight one and bitch and moan the whole fucking time because of how bullshit it is. But when you look at it from a distance and you look at it with perspective, it changes everything. I'll go into a Bracky and a Raging Bracky fight, and I'll have like a good time, and I'll have a good time going into a Rajang or a Furious Rajang. Same with Nergigante. Nergigante is one of those monsters that you fight and you hate him and you fucking wish that they never made such a bullshit mechanic, such a stupid monster, and then you look back and you're like, you know what? That was actually really fucking cool. Everything he does isn't even. I don't know. I'm rambling. You say something.
Honestly, Nergigante. God, I don't know how to properly describe my feelings towards them. It's especially weird once you consider like as Nergigante as a variant, and which we won't get into much of this video. That's for another time. But seeing all of its turf wars with all the other elders within the elders recess, and just knowing its moveset is just going to fuck you up. God, the spikes. The spikes were like, again, this is a. There will be more anger when I talk about the spikes when we eventually get around to Ruiner. Because those motherfuckers make you bleed, and that's much more infuriating.
Oh, yeah. And fun fact about those spikes, since we're talking about Nergigante, those spikes are something very interesting. So Nergigante is not like most creatures. Nergigante does not reproduce with other Nergigante. Nergigante reproduces asexually. And the way they do that is, when you're running around trying to track him, you find all these spikes laying around in just random locations. The spikes are part of the regrowth plate cycle on his body, and he regrows them. But it's like a starfish. If they chop off a starfish's limb, that starfish will grow a new limb, but that limb will grow a new starfish. So Nergigante leaving those spikes around is Nergigante leaving behind his eggs or DNA or whatever. So when Nergigante is doing the moves that spray you with the spikes, he is in fact legitimately.
I just had a curious thought.
He is skeeting on you.
I just had a curious thought.
Yeah.
Because you can also take those regrowth plates, and it's just it's taking me back to thinking about Fatalis and all the rumors around it and the armor. And it's just like,
it makes you think.
Is Nergigante an offshoot of like whatever evolved to become Fatalis?
They might be, because you got to think they're predatory as shit, and they're eating other elders. Like Nergigante might have been a branch off of the Fatalis line.
And they're the only ones that can regrow from basically fucking nothing. Because if you leave that regrowth plate around, it's probably going to eventually like become another Nergigante.
Yeah, that's part of the whole life cycle. Is those spikes it leaves will turn into one eventually. But it's so
Will it
crazy.
take fucking ages? Yeah, but it's still gonna happen.
But I mean, how is it? Who's gonna stop it? who's gonna stop this hardened spike from growing into one of the most terrifying apex predators like the world's ever seen?
Oh yeah, let's not get into the fact it just murks every single monster it comes across throughout the story.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, I don't think I would love it. Okay, I'm gonna start this. We're gonna start this way. I would love it if he came back to Wilds. I don't think he will because he still didn't show up for Rise, even though Valkana did.
Yeah, okay. Here's my thought process on why this entirely hinges on if Wilds is in a part of the new world, or if it's a part of the old world, or maybe if it's an entirely new thing. Who fucking knows? I think if it takes place in the old world, Nergi's not going to show up. Its entire reason for being in the new world is for the Elder's Recess and the energy that builds up within it. Because it feeds off of, like, it not only feeds on the Elders themselves, it feeds off of their power, the
Mm-hmm.
dragon element.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. So I don't think he would have a
that's its
reason,
reason for being there. Because it's in such high concentration.
which
That's why it's after fucking Xeno'jiiva.
which I think is also part of the reason he's not in Rise. Is I think Rise might take place in the old world because a lot of the monsters from the older games came back in that game. I feel like that's where that I can't. We'll have to look into it at some point, but I'm pretty sure Rise takes place in the old world, which would explain why there's more of the old world monsters, but it doesn't explain why there's so many new ones and so many of the new world monsters over there. Unless we go with they captured some and brought them back, which wouldn't work in the case of Velkhana or any of the elders, But
I mean, the Elder Crossing. We literally have that as an
yeah,
explanation.
yeah, true, true. I don't know.
But I would say if Wilds takes place in the new world, then yeah, I think Nergigante not only should return, I think it has a thematic reason to.
Mm. Especially
Because
Ruiner.
it's still within. Yeah, especially Ruiner being the fucking invasion monster it is.
Also from the fact that Ruiner, I don't think we actually. Oh no, you do fight Ruiner after Shara Ishvalda, don't you?
You fight it before.
See, there's no fighting him afterward. I felt like there was a quest to fight Ruiner after you fought Shara.
Oh yeah,
Like in
yeah.
this, like
You
yeah. So I
like
was.
you fight it briefly before Shara, like in the story quest.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you reach, I think, like Master Rank 50 or some other arbitrary, like super high Master Rank number, you get a quest to fight it in the Guiding Land.
Right. Because I was gonna say, because if you don't kill it, but like before or after Shara, it would still be there, and it could still be that same Nergigante that comes up. But yeah, I would love to see him come back. I don't know if he will. I doubt it, but that's just me. But it'd be a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. So now it is time for everybody's favorite part. That's my favorite part. I got Nergigante right there, baby. Let's go. We got a little Nergigante symbol, and it's time to bring out the big boy board. Oh yeah, here it comes. Do 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 do. The moment you've all been waiting for. All right.
I feel like this goes without saying. He's gonna be somewhere in A tier at minimum.
Oh, at least an A tier monster for fucking sure. So I love how this chair perfectly holds this board. I'm actually gonna see if I can angle my camera a little bit just to get a better. Yeah, well, yeah. Might have should have just left it where it was. Yeah, I should have just left it where it was because now I'm never gonna get it back on my angle. Anyway, the board. So I'm thinking at least A, and if not, he's got to be somewhere in S for sure. Like,
Yeah. He does his job well as a flagship, and not only that, he is a like constant presence throughout the game and is memorable as hell because of it.
And he's one of the only few monsters to earn themselves a variant rather than just a subspecies.
Yeah. Like, let's not even. Going back to like when we were discussing the popularity polls, it's number 2 behind Zenogre.
Yeah, it's number 2 on popularity, and Zenogre's number 2 on our entire board. So, okay, look, Bracky, normal Bracky, and then Zenogre paired with Stygian. Stygian, is that a variant or is that a sub? I can't remember. I think it's a sub.
Stygian is a sub, I believe.
Okay, because we still got to cover Thunder God, Zenogre. But we've got regular Bracky, and then your basic run of the lines, Zenogres. They're 1 and 2 respectively in S tier.
Yeah, Stygian is a subspecies.
So if we don't put Nergigante above Bracky, he's at least going above Zenogre. That's what I'm thinking.
I'd say, honestly, I'm going to have. I'm gonna let you have the ultimate say here because I don't share the same sentiments about Bracky, so. But I do think that Nergigante does deserve a very high placement. It deserves A at the minimum. S is like you're getting closer to what it probably actually deserves.
I think Bracky might get dethroned finally. I think it.
I think it's time.
All right, hang on. Let me see if I can get Zenogre off the board. Those two have been on here for like a long time, so it's gonna be a little tricky. There we go. Come on. Oh, I ripped the board with Zenogre. I might have to retape him. Hang on. Can I put you there? Are you gonna stay? Okay, he'll stay there. Bracky might come off a little easier. There he goes. All right. Folks, Brachydios has finally been dethroned as king of the board. So we currently now have in 3rd place Zenogre, in 2nd place Brachydios, and in 1st place Nergigante, the Eater of Elders. Holy shit. I didn't think I'd ever see Bracky get taken down like that soon because we're only a few episodes in this, but he's been taken down, as you can see. So, I don't know, man. It's like the end of an era, the fall of a dynasty. Man. But there you guys have it. Bracky's down for 1. How long will Nergi keep his placement in the tops of S? Who's to say?
I think for a while.
He's at least going to hold it for a long time, that's for sure. I mean, I honestly, I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect Bracky to hold his that long, but then again, we haven't really been covering anybody to challenge him. So, oh man, hopefully we can get to some of the more interesting characters here soon on the channel. But for now, I think that's all we've got to say about Nergigante. So, thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Also a big thank you to everybody watching the Freedom Unite series. Holy shit. I did not expect that many views, especially on the Gravy House video. I believe at the time of me recording this, I will double check real fast actually for you. At the time of me recording this, there are a total of 195 views on the Gravy House hunt. I don't even understand that. You guys always watch the ones that I'm like, oh, this is going to suck. Oh, this is just going to be boring. Everyone's going to hate this. I hate this. I hate it so much. And then those blow everything else out of the fucking water. So, thanks for everybody for watching that and supporting that. That's actually a really big, like, my heart. I'm feeling it in my heart when people leave. Like there was, like, a comment left on that video, and it warmed me heart so much. I'm like, oh, it's touching. So thanks for all that. Like, comment, subscribe for this little fennec. It's adorable. and it sits on my printer. It's in every video, and you're not going to stop it. He's going to be here till the end of the days. But go check out all the rest of the shit I be doing on this channel. Go check out Mystic Portal Emporium. I beg of you, get it up there. Get it out there. Get the word out that it's here, and we are here, and we're ready for this shit. Seth, you got anything you want to plug yet?
Nope, still working on it.
Sev's working on it. Ooh, she's working good. It's gonna be big. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be the best thing ever. Go watch it when it's there. I'll let you know when it's there. I'll say it in every video until every single one of you who's watching this video right now, and everyone who watches any video I ever have, go watch Seth's shit. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. But until such times as that happens, any closing remarks for Nergigante?
He's a bastard, but I can't help but respect him.
He's a respectable bastard. I even turned my lights purple for such an occasion, for the grand Nerg. So it feels very odd to say. It feels like it's almost a slur to say that.
Yeah, that got a little. That sounded a little odd.
Alrighty, well, we'll see everybody later. Bye, everybody. Say
Bye.
bye.